Huge earthquakes, clouds of gas and ashes, hot flowing molten rock, all of which come from one thing: volcanoes. I'm Isabel Garcia, and you're watching Nature News. Today's hot flowing story is about Mount St. Helens, but first the weather with Anna.
Thank you, Isabel. Friday, January 5th, 2018, the weather is showers. The high will be 43 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a 60% chance of precipitation. The wind will be blowing southeast at 7 miles per hour, and the humidity level being 93%. The weather for Saturday, January 6, 2018 is rain/snow showers with a high of 41 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 34 degrees Fahrenheit. There is 50% chance of precipitation with a wind blowing east at 6 miles per hour. This day will have a 93% humidity level. Sunday, January 7, 2018, weather is snow/rain showers. The high for the day is 40 degrees Fahrenheit and the low being 32 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a 40% chance of precipitation and the wind will be heading east at 6 miles per hour. The humidity level being 86%. Monday, January 8th, 2018, weather is rain/snow with a high of 39 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 34 degrees Fahrenheit. 50% chance of precipitation and the wind will be blowing east-southeast at 8 miles per hour. The humidity level being 81%. Tuesday, January 9th, 2018 is going to be a rain/snow day with a high of 40 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a 40% chance of precipitation and a wind blowing east at 7 miles per hour. The humidity level being 79%. Wednesday, January 10th, 2018 is going to be another rain/snow day with a high of 39 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. There is going to be a 50% of precipitation and the wind will be blowing east-southeast at 7 miles per hour. The humidity level being 82%. If you plan on going to Mount St. Helens, pack some warm clothes. Back to you, Isabel.
Thank you, Anna. Many people like to know about the relationships between the movement of the volcanic and Earth's materials and how it affects the people and the environment. We now go to Ashli with the story.
First, I'd like to talk about the volcanic relationships. There are many elements that can be found inside of magma, all of which react differently with one another. This chart shows exactly what I mean by how each element reacts differently. On this chart is a big word that you might not know: viscosity. Viscosity is the resistance of the flow of lava or magma. Viscosity depends primarily on the composition of the magma as well as the temperature. The effects on people are different based on the magma. Basaltic and rhyolitic lava are more dangerous. Basaltic has a low gas content and a low temperature. This means that it'll cool faster than the others on the chart. If it cools faster, the lava won't be too dangerous to the environment. Rhyolitic lava has a high viscosity, but also a high gas content. This means that when the lava is emitted by a volcano, you'll have to either evacuate or get somewhere high up that has enough oxygen that you can so that you can actually survive. The gas content can be very dangerous. This lava has a high temperature, so it'll take even longer to cool down and become a solid rock. This causes a lot of damage to the areas that it reaches. And acidic is fairly dangerous. The viscosity is medium, and so is the gas content. This lava will cause some damage to the environment and people. The relationships between Earth's materials are a bit different from lava's. One of the materials is the crust. It's divided by imaginary lines into sections called tectonic plates. The plates crash and collide with each other. In some cases, one plate will subduct and create more magma or melted rock. This causes one plate to shrink and lose crust while the other stays the same size. In other cases, neither of the crusts will subduct and will push up against each other until they rise up and create a mountain or a volcano. This means that there's a new mountain and volcano and more crust that's been elevated above ground. The people in the environment improve when this happens, when neither of them subduct, because the environment has more room to grow and make nature, and people have more room for their cities and towns to expand, whereas subduction takes away land and makes it so that people and nature are more cramped together. When the crust is turned into magma, the once crust is used once again to make a different plate grow. Then the cities grow that way, and the environment can grow too. Either way, both of them are beneficial. Back to you.
Thank you, Ashli. That was very interesting. Now it is time for our main story. the eruption of Mount St. Helens. The last eruption took place Thursday, July 10th, 2008, but the most known eruption took place Sunday, May 18th, 1980 at 8:32 a.m. During the eruption of 1980, 57 people died. Based off of autopsies, most of the people likely died from asphyxiation after inhaling hot ash. Harry Randall Truman, 83, refused to vacate his home near Mount St. Helens, despite being urged to leave by officials. Truman owned a lodge on Spirit Lake for more than 50 years. Mr. and Mrs. Truman both vowed years and years ago that they would never leave Spirit Lake. After research, it was declared Truman's wife had died years before the eruption, but after the eruption on May 18th, his home was hit by a mud and snow avalanche, and the house was completely covered with the snow and mud. His remains were never found. Truman's story was only one out of many people that were affected by the 1980 eruption. Do you ever wonder how volcanic processes have changed the Earth's surface at varying times? Well, now you get the answer from Jasmine.
Thank you, Isabel. Volcanic processes have indeed changed the Earth's surface. When a volcano erupts, it emits magma out of the main vent. When this happens, it slowly goes down the sides of the volcano, and if it is violent enough, it can shoot out balls of magma. Both have very high temperatures and can burn anything. This can burn plants, buildings, cars, and can kill humans and animals. This affects the environment because we would have to fertilize the grounds and once again plant trees, bushes, etc. in the areas of the burned plants. Then the lava can make species go on the endangered species list or extinct. There are also positive sides to this. It can help continents and islands grow. When the magma cools, it can add extra continental crust, and an example being Mauna Loa. When this volcano erupts, the lava goes down far enough for it to reach the ocean and cool. This gives the Hawaiian island more land. Volcanic processes both have negative and positive effects to our planet. It truly has changed the Earth's surface. Back to you, Isabel.
Thank you, Jasmine, and thank you, viewers. That is all we have for you today. Tune in next time for information about ocean currents.